Let her cook. Y'all stop being petty. Stop being catty, because she like a double-edged sword. She couldn't tell left and right. And it's bothering y'all, and I see it. Let's go, Kate.
Did you catch that? Not everyone is happy with Caitlin Clark's choice to make a move after the playoffs. Let's just say the WNBA and ESPN aren't thrilled. They're upset because they're seeing her recognize her true value, and it's clearly rubbing them the wrong way. Let's go.
Let me say this. I love the point that you made about Caitlin Clark in terms of the BS that she had to deal with off the court. We got to remember she's been box office. She was the main attraction, and there were so many storylines that's been associated with her. Most recently, the whole thing with her and Cheryl Swoops, even though it really wasn't her. It was Cheryl Swoops and all this. Every time you turned around, there was something that she had to deal with.
After her rookie WNBA season, Caitlin Clark is heading to Europe for the offseason. But ESPN? They're not having it. They're throwing a fit like spoiled children, acting like they have any say over her decisions. After all the dismissive coverage of the WNBA's brightest star, ESPN has zero right to dictate whether Clark stays or goes in that struggling league.
She struggled with physical defense she's faced at the professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me, and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with." That's what Caitlin Clark said. That is what she said, okay? But to me, it's a bigger issue going.
They didn't care when Caitlin Clark was carrying the team under immense pressure and still coming out on top. No one came to her aid when she needed it most. Now that she's gone, they're left scrambling for scraps because the WNBA isn't getting the attention it used to. The big question everyone's asking is whether she's leaving the WNBA to play overseas. And let me be clear, most of the news articles you're seeing on social media are highly unreliable. What we can confirm is that she's already left America for a 200-day off-season in Europe. But will she actually suit up in the European leagues? Here's what we know so far.
Now, with that news, we've already heard from Caitlin Clark that she will not be playing overseas. She won't be playing in any organized basketball organization. She actually said that she is going to become a professional golfer during this offseason.
Don't know. She has also been an amazing soccer player during her college years.
Her highlights from one game where she scored 3 goals. That's right, 3 goals in one game. And I know these highlights are far from HD 4K, so I zoomed in after each goal so you could get a closer look. Caitlin does such a good job of staying on sides here, and then the second that pass goes through, she puts on the afterburners and then hammers it home low right.
Yes, you heard that right. After dominating the basketball court and lighting up the WNBA, Caitlin Clark is now ready to kick off a professional golf career during her off-season. She's aiming to make her mark and break records on the golf course as well.
Instead of owning the fact that what really was their objective and what really was their agenda is that they resented the fact that this young lady who came into the league, took it by storm, and drew in a level of attention that they weren't able to draw.
On top of all that, for anyone who didn't know, Caitlin Clark was also an outstanding soccer player during her college days.
Now, during this offseason, the players are already moving around. So a couple players have already announced that they are going overseas. We have Kelsey Mitchell going to play in China, Nalissa Smith also playing in China, and Nalissa Smith is one where there was a big question mark around her if she would be returning to the Indiana Fever, but she'll be going to play in China, and Temi Fagbenle will be playing in Turkey.
She's a truly versatile athlete who can excel in any sport, and that's what sets her apart from the rest of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is the golden goose, something ESPN and the WNBA have finally realized, but it's too late. Her journey has already taken her across the Atlantic.
None of it addresses my point. My point is, she's the golden goose. You have been clamoring for attention. You've been clamoring for more cachet, fair and equitable treatment, chartered jets, weight room facilities, dollars, marketing opportunities, etc., etc., etc.
The big question now is whether Caitlin Clark should stay in the WNBA or take her talents to a stronger league in Europe or elsewhere, like many of her teammates have, especially given how poorly the WNBA and her rivals treated her this past season.
The WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even return.
The dilemma now is whether Caitlin Clark should stay in the WNBA, risking further hits to her fitness, reputation, and overall potential, even though she has made it clear she isn't joining any European leagues and may return to the WNBA next season.
In her exit interview, Storm player Gabby Williams warned the WNBA, if you want to keep international players, you need to do better. So here's what she had to say.
The W thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization. Our commissioner talked about us being able to, make 700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that. And we were promised, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but they've fallen quite short. So it's still not enough for us international players to want to stay here. And that's a choice of the players. If I make a choice to make more money and whatever, and then the teams are mad that I don't come back, but that's how it is. So yes, it just the WNBA, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business. It's how it works.
Since Caitlin Clark's fans will follow her wherever she goes, wouldn't it make sense for her to join a stronger league? On top of that, European leagues often offer bigger bonuses, higher salaries, and far better playing conditions compared to the WNBA.
And specifically, a lot of these casual fans who have come into watching the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark, who plays a smooth style of basketball, who shoots from really far away, who makes great passes, who handles the ball well. People are coming for a style of play that is similar to that. They are not looking for post players to be posting up on one another, drop step, one step to the basket, cheap shots, fouls, slow style of basketball. They want to see a run and gun game, and I think that is the most exciting way to watch a women's game.
After growing frustrated with WNBA management, many players have already taken their talents overseas. Take Gabby Williams, a forward for the Seattle Storm. She openly criticized the WNBA for low pay and lack of promotional opportunities, only to be ignored by the league. She even called out the commissioner for lying. This highlights exactly what's wrong with the WNBA. They don't care if players are underpaid, repeatedly fouled, or disrespected by opponents. Forced to look for better opportunities, Gabby signed with the Turkish team Boçca SK in 2024. Kennedy Carter, contributing 12 points off the bench, and Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, have become prime examples of how WNBA officials mistreat their stars. Envious veterans disrespected Clark, mocked her, and targeted her on the court, while detractors did everything to harass her. Remember the infamous "I puke" incident, when Caitlin Clark was the victim of a blatant foul by Right Dick Carrington, who shamelessly celebrated it with her teammates. The WNBA watched silently as fair play and sportsmanship were ridiculed.
There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
After facing constant fouls and disrespect on the court, Caitlin Clark has had enough. She took nearly 20% of all flagrant fouls this season, mostly from the Chicago Sky, yet ESPN and the WNBA did nothing to protect their star. Clark carried the Indiana Fever, broke records in ratings, revenue, and attendance, and elevated the league, yet she was treated like a punching bag. Now, she's stepping away for 200 days, leaving ESPN and the WNBA scrambling after letting their biggest star slip through their fingers. The question remains, will the league recover, or is this the end of an era?